Just really quick, everybody. I wasn't actually going to do this, but I decided that it was kind of important for you all to know exactly why helping us out on Patreon and helping us out on PayPal and Cash and all that good stuff for us in the Convo Couch, why it's such a huge deal. Because when I tell you, it's no exaggeration that YouTube has been trying to silence independent media. Um, I mean, we've probably understated it, to be completely honest with you. And so I wanted to show you some of the analytics from February when we hadn't exactly peaked, but at the very least, we weren't getting screwed over to the degree that we're getting screwed over now. So uh, here you can see this is February through February 1st through February 28th, right? So I even picked a shorter month. And you can see that we have 105 million YouTube views. Now, out of those YouTube views, not all of them are monetized because we, once again, as you all know, get demonetized often. But in February, it wasn't quite so bad. It wasn't as bad. As you can see here, 703,000 of those views were monetized. Probably should be higher, a higher number, but that's roughly 70% of the views were monetized. Now, the more views that are monetized, the more opportunity you have to appear in the algorithm, and the more opportunity you have to have your videos be seen and suggested. The reason why is because at that point, or at least a little bit before that point, there were no ads playing on your videos before or if your video was demonetized. So it was almost like they had incentive to remonetize your videos as quickly as possible, even if it was initially demonetized. Now let's fast forward to July. So it's last month. As you can see here, the views, 510,000. Problem is, only 266,000 of those playbacks were monetized. That's 52%. So you go from 70% of your video views being monetized to 52% of your video views being monetized. That is a massive drop off, especially when you consider what I just told you all. If the videos are not being monetized, YouTube will not show them in the algorithm. That's a problem. It's a problem for us. It's a problem for you. Now, some people may not consider this traditional censorship, but it absolutely is. Now, one of the reasons that we are hurting even more than we would have been in previous months is because for a lot of YouTubers, especially us, we could maybe compensate for that because you all are so generous on super chats. But guess what happened? YouTube illegitimately took our live stream down, knowing that we did not violate any terms of service because of our debate stream. How do I know this? Because the Convo Couch, obviously, if you don't know, the Convo Couch is one of the shows affiliated with the MCSC network. They had their stream taken down, and then they were blocked from live streaming too until they got a lawyer that actually said, and wrote up a letter for them explaining exactly why they didn't violate the terms of service. They did the same thing that I did. Guess what? Their live streaming was returned, which means that copyright claim was illegitimate because they did not violate the fair use doctrine. So in other words, our live streaming has been illegitimately taken down. And although we have voted to combat, like we sent a letter to combat this, we don't know what the verdict will be between them. So they've illegitimately taken our live stream down. Because we're not getting as many monetized playbacks, our overall viewership has dropped significantly. Like I said, in February, I showed you a month that had 3 less days. And we usually get on average 48 to 75,000 views in a day. Or at least we did up until the last couple of months. Or excuse me, 48 to 75,000 views over a 48-hour period. So 3 to 4 more days should be close to about 1 million views per month. But because we are constantly getting hit with demonetized videos, because copyright strikes are lobbed against us, and a lot of them we review them and they're like, oh, our bad, we made a mistake. Overall, this is what censorship looks like. It isn't the traditional method of censorship. It looks a little bit different. But they have ways to censor without things looking like it's censored, right? I know a lot of you don't get my notifications. A lot of you have been forcibly unsubscribed. A lot of you have the notification bell turned on and then YouTube randomly turns it off. All these things contribute to censorship. And so that's why we've been trying our hardest to put, share the videos wherever we can. A lot of you have been helping, and we've been trying our hardest to put as many up as possible. You can follow me on Instagram as well. My Instagram is here. We put clips up on Instagram. We're trying to do whatever we can, but it would greatly help if you all could help contribute to our Patreon to make sure that we can keep afloat. This is all I do. This is all I do is politics. Full time, 100%. When I'm not here on the camera, I'm on the phone, strategizing and organizing with politicians and the members of the MCSC network. So this is what I do full time. And the only reason I'm able to do this is because of the combination of YouTube revenue and your support at Patreon. So if you have not, we would greatly, greatly appreciate it if you'd become a patron on our Patreon. You can go to www.patreon.com/mikasesukasa because as you can see, it's this should be the for us, for people who are involved in the political realm on YouTube. This is where we should be seeing the most uptick in views. But what happened was we did have an uptick, and Kyle Kulinski covered this. And the mainstream media was hurting, and we were winning. Even the people I disagree with, we're all independent media. But we were all doing much better, as it should have been. However, YouTube did something where basically the mainstream is getting most of the suggested video views. The mainstream is not getting copyright strike. The mainstream is basically getting, like, if people finish my videos and they don't click the next video, it'll just go to like a Fox News video or an MSNBC video, where that it was never the case before. Before, it used to go to Kyle Kulinski, maybe Tim Black or Jimmy or whatever, or Lee Camp. But if you go look at Lee Camp's page, he's been getting hurt too. He's been getting hit. So that's what we're dealing with. We would greatly appreciate your help. And for those of you who have been contributing and still contribute, hey, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. I said, you all keep this show going. You all are the reason we're able to travel the country, get the stories that we need. You all are the reason we were able to go to California to the Democratic Convention out there. Same thing with going to New York and just being able to get that story and have free time where we can solely dedicate our efforts to bringing you the best content possible. So thank you all so much, and always remember, more than anything else, find your balance. Peace. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get all of our notifications if you like that episode of Mikasesukasa. You can also help continue to grow our show by donating to our Patreon and helping us hit our goal of 500 patrons. But remember, more than anything else, find your balance. Peace.